The federal grand jury has returned 6 indictments against suspected lawmaker shooter Vance Boelter in the deaths of House Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark, as well as the shootings of Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette, and the attempted shooting of the Hoffman's daughter. These attacks happened June 14th. The grand jury handed down the indictments yesterday, including murder, shooting, and stalking with the use of interstate facilities. A charge not included at the federal or state level is impersonating an officer. Court documents indicate Boelter was dressed as a police officer, driving a vehicle with flashing lights and a license plate that said police. One could argue it was why the Hoffmans answered their door overnight in the first place. Since then, KTTC has been digging deeper to ask, why is impersonating an officer not among his charges? Let's start with a look at a surveillance image included in federal court documents that was captured outside the Hoffman's home. You can see the suspect wearing a black tactical vest and holding a flashlight, a flesh-colored mask covering his entire head. Now let's look at what state law says about this kind of crime. Currently, Minnesota statute labels impersonating a peace officer as a misdemeanor or gross misdemeanor, stating, quote, whoever falsely impersonates a peace officer with intent to mislead another into believing that the impersonator is actually an officer is guilty of a misdemeanor, end quote. Impersonating an officer can become a felony if a person violates this section within 5 years of already violating it. KTTC reached out to both the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Minnesota and the Hennepin County Attorney's Office first on Friday, June 20th, asking why this wasn't an additional charge against Boelter. That's within a week of the shootings. After multiple follow-ups, the U.S. Attorney's Office responded via email on July 8th, saying, quote, we are not able to comment as this is an ongoing investigation, end quote. We have not received a response from the Hennepin County Attorney's Office as of this broadcast. It is worth noting the federal charges against Boelter take precedence before the state charges. It's also clear felony charges carry a bigger weight than misdemeanors. Could there be conversations in the future about whether to elevate the crime of impersonating a peace officer in Minnesota? KTTC also reached out on that. DFL Minnesota Senator Liz Bolden saying in a statement, quote, my colleagues and I are taking these matters very seriously in the wake of these tragedies. There should be strong penalties for those who abuse the public's trust and impersonate law enforcement. Conversations are ongoing as we discuss this topic and other safety measures around the Capitol, end quote.